What's up, nerds? We are your hosts. I am Jake.
And I'm Chad.
This week we are sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
We're also sponsored by Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce.
This week we're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about what episode was it?
I don't know. Just the
It was like
latest
4 or
episode.
5.
It's
Yeah,
like 6 or 7.
Yeah, is it really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's going by fast. The latest episode of Mandalorian.
And then we're also going to be talking about the first episode of part 2 of season 4 of The Titans, now streaming on HBOMax. So, let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast. Nerd.
Welcome back, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Before we get into the nerdiness, Chadley, chatter on bomb. How was your week? I don't know.
The best weird version of my name into a nickname that I've ever heard was Chatteroni and Cheese.
I like it.
Shout out to Brandon Butner. My week was good. I mean, work was work. It was pretty easy this week. The weather during the week was phenomenal.
Gorgeous.
Hit 80 degrees on Wednesday and Thursday.
I think it hit higher than that.
The hottest it got up in St. Cloud. Surprise, everyone! I live in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Was 83. Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened today, this morning?
Fucking snowed.
How much snow?
About an inch and a half,
Ladies?
or more.
Is that a lot?
Average?
Average?
No, that's not. That's like nothing, right?
It's still fucking snowing.
Yeah.
Where I am anyway. I don't know about
It is
there,
up here
but
too.
Yeah.
Luckily on like the roads and pavement, because it has been so nice for the past like week and a half.
Didn't stick.
Isn't really sticking, but I mean, in the grassy areas on top of my car, like I had to clear off my car. 3 days ago, I went to the grocery store in shorts and a t-shirt. Like, I didn't want salmon. I said it 4 times.
I was outside in shorts and a cutoff the other day, like putting shit, like cleaning the garage and like doing outdoor stuff. And I'm like, this is great. And now there's like 4 inches of snow outside, and it's like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hate it here.
It's not great cotton. And then outside of that, on Saturday, we started our new campaign for D&D. It is Dave, who was on the show a month ago. It's his homebrew, so it's a completely original, unique story that he wrote and has been working on for a long time, and it's awesome. We're only a few hours in, and it's so much fun. I'm excited. What about you, Jake? How was your week? Other than the weather-related stuff that...
Yeah, the weather sucks. Work has been good. I got I finally moved into my new office, and that's been a struggle. As you know, our listeners don't know, but
Yeah.
It's been a struggle. It was supposed to be done like a fucking month ago, and they only just finished. But yeah, so that's been nice getting that set up. So that's been, dare I say, nice again. Other than that, it was my very good friend, my best friend Mike. We've been friends since the 5th grade. Our children will be blood-related cousins, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
And it only dawned on me like a month ago, and I was like, dude, did you know that? I won't say his kid's name on here, but I was like, did you know that your kid and my kid are gonna be blood related? And he's like, yeah, dude, they're cousins. You didn't know that? And I was like, I did, but I didn't really realize. Like,
Yeah. Didn't
yeah,
realize how cool that is that like
yeah,
you and your best friend are
yeah,
now blood related family.
yeah. But it was his 36th birthday, you
God,
old
he's old.
fart. Happy birthday, Mike. Shout out to you. Love you, bud.
Yeah, happy
Uh,
birthday,
we
Mike.
we had a lot of fun. We went and got tattoos. Ugh,
If you're watching on YouTube, Jake is trying really hard to show you.
my yoga skills. Uh, anyways,
I think that's more of a presidential fitness test to see if you can touch your toes.
um, yeah, we went and got tattoos and had lunch, and then we went to Brick and Bourbon for dinner, and came back here and continued to drink. If you follow me on Snapchat, you'll see. Uh,
You
we
you
were
see Mike
inebriated.
rally at like 2 in the morning.
It was like, yeah, it was like 2:30 in the morning, and that video is after I told him to stop drinking.
And go to bed.
I'm like, bud, you can't, just go to sleep. And
He
he's
was
like,
doing the one eye focus.
yeah, and he cracks a beer on camera and goes,
Ka-chow!
"Cha!" and then stumbled upstairs, tripped over the baby gate, and it was hilarious. But 36, bud. We love you. Happy birthday. And other than that,
If you guys can put up with us and you like what we're doing here, we do have a way for you to support us. If you can tolerate us, it's buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. It's a great way to support us. It's a monthly donation. There's different tiers. You get extras, behind the scenes, member exclusive merch, all sorts of stuff, and it's awesome. If you don't want to give monthly, totally get it. I mean, lame, but totally get it. Then you can go to allthingsnerdpodcast.com where we have our merch store, and still pick something up cool for you. There's all kinds of stuff out there, from t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs. We have some seasonal stuff that has not been updated for a full season. My bad. But there's all kinds of stuff out there. And it's also just a great way to show your support and find everything that we do. This week, there was a good number of trailers that came out also.
yeah,
I mean, we got our first look at the Penguin. It's a spin-off from Matt Reeves' The Batman, with Robert Pattinson. So it's Colin Farrell reprising his role as Oswald Cobblepot. And that was weird.
hell was that? Did you
I have,
fart?
No, I have no
What
idea what
was
that.
that?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I think it might have been on my end of things, though.
Sounded like a fucking remote control car, like starting from zero and going like, yeah.
Do you think, because you get a lot of snowmobilers?
No, it
No?
was not here. No,
Oh,
no, I don't know what that was.
it might have just been a tech thing because I didn't hear it like
Yeah.
in my normal ear. It was only in my headphone.
I hope that picks up on the podcast. That was fucking funny.
Part
Otherwise,
of
our
me hopes
listeners
that
are
it doesn't, so the people are just like,
What?
"What? They're
What
going
are they
fucking
talking
crazy."
about? Yeah,
We heard fucking nothing.
that was fucking hilarious. Okay, that's
But-
fucking hilarious.
That's not something that props can
Props
fix.
can fix.
That's gonna take
That's
a
gonna
lot
take a little longer to fix.
But the penguin looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, back to
It looks kind of
back
like
to
almost like a true crime, like mafia type show, like
Yeah.
almost like The Sopranos, but set
And there's-
in the Batman world.
Matt Reeves' Batman universe, and there is rumored, and this is something that I have told you for sure, that I have always thought it would be really cool to do a villain-based movie and or TV show, and then have the hero in that universe be in the movie, but from the villain's perspective,
Yeah.
not from the hero's. I've been saying that for years,
Yeah.
and it's rumored that Robert Pattinson's Batman or Bruce Wayne will be in this movie, but from the Penguin's perspective. And I was like, I'm a fucking genius. Like,
Matt Reeves, I talked about this before this happened.
yeah,
I know I'm not directly part of it, but I still want my
yeah.
2%.
You owe me like
Yeah,
$10,000.
just 2% of royalties. That's usually what ghostwriters get. So, uh, no, it looks awesome though.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Um,
happy about this. I love Colin Farrell. Like,
and he
come on.
killed it as the Penguin.
I mean, look what he does to. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but look what he does to his body for roles. I mean, fucking even.
Nose job, scars his face, put on so much weight. No, I'm just kidding. It's like those are prosthetics.
I was
But
thinking of like fucking A. What's the with the horrible bosses?
oh
Like
yeah,
the just the transformation. I know again a lot of it is most of it is prosthetics, but like he's barely recognizable in that.
yeah.
And then and in fucking the Batman, if you didn't know that was Colin Farrell, you wouldn't know that
That
that was
was Colin
Colin
Farrell.
Farrell.
Yeah.
It is brutally like holy shit. Like I love it. I mean, I that's a good dedication to your craft.
And
And
that's
yeah,
like not only that, just speaks testaments to his acting ability.
oh yeah,
Just
fantastic.
so great.
Yeah.
We did spend a lot of time on that one. What's the
I
next
didn't
one?
mean to. I'm sorry.
No, that's
This we this looks fucking cool. I showed you this trailer a
yeah,
couple of days ago, a few days ago. It's called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. This is a horror movie about Dracula being transported on a old school ship
yeah, like a
out in
clipper ship.
yeah, out in the middle of the ocean where you can't fucking escape. You
Yeah,
can't run. There's nowhere to go. And Dracula is just taking names.
escapes from his boxed
I don't
up
think he
coffin.
had to escape. I think it was planned to like be on that ship.
Well,
I guess
no,
we'll
like
fucking see
they're
when
transporting his coffin,
coffin.
and
Yeah.
I'm assuming that like one of the people on the crew is like a familiar.
Yeah.
But being able,
Opens it. Yeah.
yeah, or
Or did they even need to? Because in the trailer, he fucking when that kid is like running from him, he like busts that fucking like
yeah, that's what
wall
I'm saying.
down. You
Like
know what I mean?
he probably like breaks out because it shows like a crate, but it's about the size
Yeah.
of a coffin or sarcophagus, whatever.
hmm hmm
Yeah, he probably just breaks out because it's the time that he should be awake and feeding, and it's like game time. Bam.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna crack your knuckles. That would have been
Oh,
perfect. Game time. You're all dead.
I tried doing it and only one knuckle cracked, so I'm glad I didn't do that originally.
This movie looks so fucking cool. I'm a huge horror fan. Chad's not so much. I'm working on him. I'm wearing him down.
But this looks so good. Like
Yeah.
vampires, werewolves, things like that. Like I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's the church trauma related horror films that freak me
Yeah.
the fuck out.
Yeah. If it's about rape, Chad can't handle it. Oh.
Wow.
Well, you said church related trauma.
Not Catholic related
Oh, my
trauma.
bad. My bad. My bad.
Oh, sorry, mom.
I'm not. Sorry, Tracy. I love you, but I'm not sorry.
Uh,
It looks really fucking cool. If you haven't seen the trailer, go check it out. It's on YouTube. I mean, I could spend half this episode talking about the trailer alone. I won't do it. I'm just a big horror fan, and I'm wearing Chad down. We're gonna talk about more horror stuff
soon.
specifically very soon
Yeah.
because
Evil Dead Rises.
Evil Dead Rise. Nice, nice
Mm.
try though.
Sorry for making it plurals.
Evil Dead Rise is coming out, and it got a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, it is already the critics' reviews are amazing. The Rotten Tomatoes is amazing. This is I watched the you haven't watched it yet, but I'm fucking
I'm
forcing you to watch
watching
it.
it this week.
Yeah, the remake is fucking terrifying, and I am so excited for this movie, which is a continuation of that. Fucking hey, dude. The trail. If you haven't watched the trailer, go watch the trailer because the trailer alone
Is creepy as shit.
is fucking scary.
Oh my god.
I am
What
even
did I
my girl.
agree to?
I I made Nicole watch the remake, and we had to watch like a cartoon movie. I think it was Shrek. I think I said this before on the
Yeah.
podcast. Like we had to. She would not go to bed with that movie in her brain, and like she was like borderline like panic attack after watching the first one.
Good.
So like this one, I sent her the trailer for it. She watched the trailer one time, and they released a trailer too. And I was like, dude, they released another trailer to it, and she's like, no, I'm not watching it. I'll watch the movie with you, but I'm not watching anything that I don't have to until we go watch the movie. Like, fuck you. And I'm like, fair enough. But I am also forcing Chad, who's very scared of these kind of movies, to come with us and watch this
Where it's
movie.
like supernatural, like weird shit, man. It just like
Carry on
it
my
gets
wayward
to
son.
it gets to me, man.
Yeah.
We also got a trailer for the Marvels. Sorry to
Oh yeah.
breeze past that. Just
No,
we have a couple more things.
that's all I had. That was all I had.
We got a trailer for the Marvels.
Hmm.
I'm excited. It looks fun. Clearly, even just from the trailer, I already know who my favorite person in the movie is going to be, and it's Kamala Khan.
I was gonna say, is it Kamala Khan?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
She looks to not only the comedic relief, but like almost like Spider-Man in Civil War, just like so eager to like be a part of
Yeah.
this.
Because if you watched Miss Marvel, she before she even got her powers, she's a fangirl.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's just like Avengers and superhero fan,
Cosplay,
and then
everything.
gets her powers and is like, holy shit. And now in this movie, she's like, oh my God, I'm part of this now. Like, am I
Yeah.
an Avenger? Is this Avengers training?
And we see where she gets zapped to
Hmm. Oh
uh
yeah. Yep.
at from the post-credit scene. It's like
Hmm.
all three of them like rotate.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
Monica, not Maria. Monica Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau. Yeah.
I was thinking of her mom for a second. Monica Rambeau, Carol Danvers, and then Kamala Khan. They all three kind of share powers.
Only because for a certain reason that
Yeah.
I assume it has to do with that anomaly that Monica Rambeau in the trailer is like touches. She likes touching like walls of stuff she shouldn't touch.
Well,
And
that was one of those portal jumps from like
yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, so but I read the synopsis of the movie and it's that uh Carol Danvers is struggling with something that has to do with that. And then when Monica touches it, all three of them, because they share like that same power, get intertwined. So when any one of them, all three of them, if any one of them uses their power, it fucks with all three of them.
Yeah. But
And
it like triangulates. So like
yeah,
Captain Marvel goes to where Kamala was. Kamala goes to where Monica was. Monica, like, it's
yeah.
just wild, and it immediately presents itself with like comedic relief from Kamala, and I'm
Hmm.
so excited. And we see Goose, the Flurgan,
The
is
cat,
is
yeah.
back, but Kamala gets like transported
She,
and dropped right next to where Goose is,
he just eats a person.
and she freaks the fuck
Yeah.
out.
She's like, ah!
Because she just sees like this cat, and then it just like eats three people, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!"
And then they also show a group of Flurgan. So like
Yeah,
there's gonna be more of them, which is awesome. Nick Fury, cover your face.
yeah. You only have one more eye left. But and then what's also kind of cool is at part of it, it shows them like in a group fight, and as they use their powers, they're like swapping places. So like they almost learn how to like
They're
work
working with each
together
other.
with
Yeah.
this as they try and figure out what's going on.
Well, a lot of people thought that they were like, "Oh my God, they're fighting against each other. I can't wait to see this." And I was like, "I don't think so. I think
No,
they're
there's another
using
like Kree
yeah.
person
Yeah.
that has like the Kree hammer, kind of like what Ronan had.
She's the new Ronan the Destroyer. What was Ronan's?
Yeah, I think it was the
Was it the
Destroyer.
Destroyer? She's the new Destroyer.
Yeah.
Now that Ronan is in. She's got his hammer.
Well, it's a new hammer, but yeah,
Yeah.
because that one blew up. But
So did your herpes last week. We don't talk about it.
well, you can't get it twice, so.
It's not herpes if it's everywhere. I have no immunity to chickenpox. What a lot
Uh,
face there.
uh,
Uh,
let's skip this next one because it
yeah.
is what it is.
We can just say it. There's a trailer for The Continental, which is a spin-off of the John Wick series. Go check it
And
out.
it
It's on
takes
YouTube.
place like 50 years before or something like that.
We could kind of blow through this one too because we don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Um, go for it.
The Boys season 4 is wrapped filming, which
Yeah,
is
which means
exciting.
we should be getting it soon.
Based on when the last season wrapped filming to when we got it was about 6 or 7 months. So there's a possibility that we will see season 4 by the end of this year. Not
Oh,
guaranteed, but
we didn't script this, but before we go into the next one, the final season of Barry drops tonight.
it's tonight.
That's tonight.
Okay, I know what I'm doing tonight.
So if you haven't watched Barry, it's fun. It's funny. Go watch it. Check it out.
It's
Anyways,
so good. Yeah.
big news. Big news. Big news. Go.
Go.
You go.
Okay. Um, Disney and Marvel are setting up a plan B to recast Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
We told you that we would keep you up to date on this. We just don't know what exactly is going on. It could be because there's still an investigation in progress, so a lot of the things that were supposed to like exonerate him and prove that this is all just nothingness hasn't been released.
Yeah. That's the big thing is that his lawyers are saying that they have proof that he was the victim and not the aggressor. That proof has not been released, and Disney is basically like, all right, if this dude's a piece of shit, we gotta go a different way. So
Because
they're
he is playing like the pivotal role
yeah,
for like the
he's
next 4 or 5
exact
years.
yeah, and so they're planning on replacing him unless
Everything comes out the way that reports are
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
but they don't want to keep delaying stuff.
yeah,
So
exactly, yeah, and DC or Jesus, Marvel is not DC. They don't hire fucking known
abusers
felons,
and
abusers. Yeah. So
groomers and fuckwits.
yeah. Good luck, James Gunn.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I love Jonathan Majors as Kang, but like
I
if it turns
yeah
out, and we've said this in the past, if it comes out where he is the abuser, like fuck you, you don't deserve to like get the second chance, just fucking
yeah
jog on.
jog on.
Like your career should be hurt
Yeah
by this.
yeah. You
If
should if you're the abuser,
and if it's not
fuck
like
you.
we side with the victim.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Do I hope that well, I don't hope for people to be victims, but I hope that he is not the abuser that could potentially be, but if he is, like that's it.
Yeah. Kick rocks, buddy.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated as more stuff comes out. You want to take the next one? Or
Yes,
next two?
yes. This is actually a really exciting one for me because I believe it or not, I listened to this song on my in my car, like a lot. More than alarmingly, like you would be like, really? It's how far I'll go from the movie Moana.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
And we got, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. We're only just now bringing this to you now, but they are making a live action Moana movie. And yes, The Rock will be playing Maui. Um, I'm
He
excited about
better at
this.
least have the wig, for the
He's
hair.
got to have the goofy hair. Yeah, he's got to have
If
the
he doesn't,
long.
I'm gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know?
Yeah.
Uh,
What can I say? Uh,
what's another live action one we got coming up?
they have started officially casting for Lilo and Stitch. I'm so excited about this. In what, and we talked a little bit off camera about, anytime that someone is cast, especially if it's for a person of color,
Hmm.
there's going to be people that just aren't happy. It's been happening a few times.
Again,
Yeah, I have
that
no
was only
idea.
the second time I heard it, but
Yeah, I've heard
is
it.
it a ghost?
I don't know, maybe. Hello? No. But so
If you're a
they
ghost,
they cast
tell Chad what you want, not me. I don't want to hear it.
Sydney, I think it's pronounced Agudong, has been cast to play Nani, which is
Hmm.
Lilo's big sister.
Oh, is it her sister? I gotta rewatch that
Yeah,
movie. It's
it's
been a
it's her older
long
sister, but
time.
like her motherly figure because their
Yeah.
parents aren't around.
Are they
Um,
dead?
Probably. It's
Good.
Disney.
Sorry. What?
I said it's Disney,
Oh,
so
you didn't hear what I said.
I did. I was just ignoring it.
Why?
Because it's sad.
You're sad.
And a lot of people are mad about it because she is too light skinned. She is born and raised on the island of Kauai in the state of Hawaii. Like
South Philadelphia,
she
born and
is
raised.
she is a Hawaiian actress. It's just that people are mad that she's not as dark in skin tone as what
A
Nani and
cartoon.
Lilo were
A
portrayed.
cartoon.
And I get, to some degree, the fact that they were illustrated as darker skinned Pacific Islanders is a big thing for representation. I understand that. It's it's still a movie.
As a POC, I'm gonna say this. I understand frustration with like whitewashing and like not doing. Yeah, I mean, like Jake Gyllenhaal, Prince of Persia. Come on, what are you doing?
Emma
You know?
Stone, where she was cast to play that Hawaiian
Yeah.
Air Force officer. Like,
But I'll say that when it comes to casting a person of color, and you actually cast a person of color to represent a person of color, and they're not matching your standards of POC to a fucking cartoon, pigment is not the same as cartoons in real life. Like, I know white people that are darker than me in the summertime when they're out in the sun. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I'm half Indian. Like, I you can't get mad because the person of color that they chose to play a fake person of color isn't the same color because this is animation, this is real life. Like, fucking let the movie just be a fucking movie and be good.
Yeah.
Could we do that?
And
Can we do
also,
that?
like,
As long
they
as you're not
still.
overstepping and being like weird about it, like casting a white person as an Indian guy, you know what, Prince of Persia, like shit like that. If as long as you're not going out of your way to make it, like they're trying to
Or, like,
cast people.
hiring, like, a Hispanic person to play a Pacific Islander. Like, they still
Yeah,
cast a Pacific Islander to play a Pacific Islander. I like that's it's Hollywood. It's never going to be perfect with casting,
no,
and that as someone who is not a person of color, I can at least understand why that's frustrating. but it's it at least seems like they're trying to move in the right direction with a lot of these things, and that progress is good.
Yeah.
I can't speak too much more on it because what do I know? But
More than a lot of people, I'll tell you. I'll tell you that.
well, yeah,
You and
I
have had
try not
off.
I try not to
You and I
wear
have
red
had
hats.
off-camera conversations, and you're more woke than a lot of white people.
Don't say woke too loudly. I don't want Kid Rock to have someone stand behind him shooting a gun while he pretends to shoot me. Okay? Can we? I don't want to do that.
No.
You are going to get me murdered.
Dude, why? You get murdered. Yeah,
We all.
it's
Oh, sorry.
no. That's it. That's it. I said my piece.
Yeah, we also got a
Just
trailer.
let it be good.
Yeah, and I mean, Lilo and Stitch was phenomenal to begin with. It's the same studio doing it, and they're trying. I'm sure it's going to be great.
No.
You know, because at the end of the day, there was still a casting process, so they probably were like, "Oh, it's down to like these actors."
Yeah.
She killed it.
Yeah.
It's not like she was picked to be the actor based solely because she's from Hawaii.
Right.
We also got a trailer for Peter Pan and Wendy. Sorry, we're gonna blow through these.
We got
next
trailer
couple.
2 for Peter Pan and Wendy. We already talked about the
Yeah.
first trailer. Yeah.
And I mean, go watch it. I'm excited for this. It looks good. Also, our thoughts and prayers, which really means nothing, but you know, we're hoping for a speedy recovery for Jamie Foxx, who this past week.
He's good. He's already
Yeah, he's recovering from a brain aneurysm though. Like that shit's scary.
I'm pretty sure he's out of the hospital. He sent a selfie on Twitter of like him like I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, no big deal. I'm just saying
Yeah,
you know,
it seems like he's
thankfully
recovering well.
yeah.
But yeah,
We need you.
still
We need you for a spawn.
yeah, but like still scary, man.
Yeah.
Because he's not very old. I mean, brain aneurysms can happen literally to anyone, but
Brain aneurysm. If there's a God, brain aneurysms are just God going like,
just flicking your in the side of that. Ow. Whoa.
you know what? I don't like this guy. Dead.
All right, let's get into sponsor number 1 because we still have a couple of things to talk about. Raise energy drinks. You know, they're fantastic energy drinks. They go on practically anything. Sorry, it's just like force of habit now.
I thought you were like, I thought I was supposed to do it, and you were like taking over because I was pretending to be dead from a brain aneurysm. And I was like,
super not funny. No, but no, I'm supposed to do Raise. But you know, it's 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 crash. Great flavors. If you don't like energy drinks, they have so much more from supplements, protein powders, all that stuff. So listen up, learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you to talk about The Mandalorian. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Raise Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, and powered by their Refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you. All right, friends. Now we want to talk about the latest episode of The Mandalorian called The Spy. My goodness. I love this show. But let's start with a big old spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it yet, pause, go watch it, come back and listen to us, the authorities, on the subject talk.
Yeah.
So
Disney actually pays us very well to talk about this show.
That's why we're so famous.
Yeah.
We're at all the premieres. I wish. But yeah, 3, 2, 1. That's enough time. Man, this episode was so fucking good.
It was a really good episode. It's a funny, just for shits. Funny story. I was watching it this week on Wednesday, maybe Wednesday, and I was a little drunk, and I woke up and was like, "Ah, shit, man, I don't remember what happened. I'm gonna have to rewatch it." And I was like, "Dude, did I really get that drunk? Because I didn't think I did." And then so today, this morning, I'm like, "All right, I gotta rewatch this episode." And the reason I don't remember anything is because I didn't finish the episode. I was like halfway through it and must have shut it off and went to bed or something. So, yeah. I'm fucking dumb. But yeah, this episode was so fucking good.
Yeah. Well, first we get the official return of Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon.
Giancarlo Esposito. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Also, I don't remember the actress's name or what her character's name was, but that side episode that we're like
Lame.
we were like, oh, what was the point of that? She's a double agent still. She's still working for Moff Gideon, and feeding him information. So she's the biggest slap in the face about this is everyone's like, oh, who's the spy? Like, it must be a Mandalorian that's spying. What if she's the spy and that's it?
I don't think
I'm gonna
so.
be pissed if that's what it is. But also, I never thought about that until I was just talking about it when I called her a double agent.
We have a couple. Well, we'll get into it in a minute here.
Yeah.
But you and I have a couple good. We have a good educated guesses. Couple good educated guesses.
2 of them that make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But so, this former Imperial officer that now is working for the New Republic is feeding Moff Gideon information.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the Mandalorians on Navarro. Carl Weathers, they finished working on the droid that Mando was that Din Djarin was trying to get fixed. But they couldn't really fix it, so they more or less made it into like a Gundam suit. Just big enough for Grogu.
It's a little Avatar suit. It's adorable.
Yeah. And Din Djarin's like, no, he's too young. And Carl Weathers is like, well, let's just put him in and, see how he likes it, and as he gets older, it'll be there for him. And immediately Grogu starts like walking around the office and using the yes, no buttons.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, it was so fucking funny. Because Din Djarin's like, all right, let me get you out of there, Grogu. And Grogu's like, no.
And then starts like trotting
running away.
Yeah.
It was adorable.
We get our second official mention of Grand Admiral Thrawn as well. And how he's coming back. It's no longer just like a mystery of he's just out there. There's
That was coming back.
Oh, like Kim Kardashian. Uh,
I mean, she got cum on her back in that video, right?
yeah, I think so. Whack. But it's kind of like a underground imperial meeting. So obviously, this is where like the start of the new order
Mm.
is really coming from. But they talk about Thrawn, which is exciting because with the Ahsoka show coming out, that's going to be a huge.
You
He's
said
going
it
to be a
wrong.
huge part. No, Ahsoka.
It's Ashoka.
No, it's not. I will punch you so hard. You just want to be right because you mispronounce it all the time.
I I know that I mispronounced it, and
I
I just
know.
beat
And
up
we
on
talked about it
everybody.
last week about how like you just can't not.
Yeah, it's Ahsoka.
But
Sudoku.
yeah,
Sudoku.
Grogu?
It's a puzzle.
Yeah. But so the Mandalorians go to Mandalore to find the Great Forge and basically reclaim their homeland.
Mm.
And I mean, during that, there's a fight between Axe Woves and I should have looked it up. It's
No, you did. You did.
Visla something.
Visla.
Yeah.
Visla.
He's the heavy armored
He's just
Mandalorian.
yeah. He's like
He's like the
the
tank
Chris Hemsworth probably in that.
Mandalorian armor.
Yeah. He's the guy with the giant fucking Gatling gun
Yeah.
as his weapon. Yeah.
And
Uh.
they kind of get into it. They fight a
Yeah.
little bit, and then Grogu stops it in his
No.
Gangnam
No.
suit.
No.
Yeah,
No.
just more. No, 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 no.
Again, adorable.
So fucking funny. But when they get to Mandalore, what happens?
Oh, they get ambushed. I was
Yeah.
like, what does happen? I just watched this. Yeah, they get ambushed by Moff Gideon's wannabe fucking Mandalorians.
Yeah.
You could tell they're the bad guys because they're wearing like darker colors.
They're literally in white.
I know. I was being a jerk.
I was like, what? They're
It
like
was
stormtrooper Mandalorians,
yeah.
which makes actually a lot of sense.
It was like a shootout. It was pretty fun. But all right, so this is where the two theories that we have come in. One was your theory that Axe Wolves is
Is the spy.
is the spy because he yeets himself out through like the
Yeah,
sunroof
an
of
opening
the cave.
in the caves, and also because, I mean, obviously Bo-Katan reclaims power over
Hmm.
the Night Owls and those Mandalorians that take off their helmets, but then there's the cultists, the I don't remember what they're actually called in the Clone Wars and stuff like that, where they don't take off their helmets. Din Djarin's clan
Yeah.
were, but the one thing that both of those clans have in common is that they will follow who wields the dark saber.
Hmm.
So Bo-Katan is bringing them all together. Axe Wolves was kind of like the leader the of the clan that takes off their helmets until she came back. So he lost his power, but he has a small fleet, and they're all old Imperial ships. They even have a small destroyer that was Moff Gideon's. So the theory is that he is the spy, and that's why he left right away, because he's already lost everything. Moff Gideon is learning about this information about the Mandalorians coming together, going to Mandalore, whatever, reaches out to his old ship, gets a hold of Axe Wolves, and creates some sort of deal with him.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
my theory is that it's God, what the fuck is her name? The leader,
They
the
just
what?
call her the Armorer.
The armorer is the spy because her helmet is very similar, and by very similar, it's just a different color than Moff Gideon's helmet.
new
Uh,
Beskar armor helmet,
yeah, yeah,
and it
and
looks Dothamir, kind of like
yeah,
Darth Maul's spikes,
exact.
who
Yes, yes.
used to wield the dark saber.
And then you made a very astute observation when we talked about this off camera, is that both her and um
Axe Woves.
Axe Wolves escaped at the
Yeah,
same time.
before the ambush pinned down the rest
So
of the Mandalorians.
maybe they're working together and they're both the spies.
And that's kind of like a part 3 theory.
Yeah.
I
That
think that
was
that one's
like
the least likely.
I was like, she is the spy, and you were like, I think it's this guy. And then you were like, well, they did both fly off together, and I was like, oh, what if they're both spies? And you were like, oh,
Yeah. But thinking about it, I don't think that would be the case because Axe Woves really does not like the cultists. And
I
the
think it's gonna
cultists
be her,
really
and
did
I think
not
she's gonna
like.
kill Axe Wolves.
Mm, okay. But
Early
also,
predictions, they escape together, and then he's gonna be like, wait a minute, because like, even though he's pissed off that he's not like in charge anymore, he doesn't want to see his people dead.
which is why he could have made a deal to
Maybe.
hand over Din Djarin, get back the Darksaber, and then his people will have an opportunity.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be he's gonna find out that she's the spy, and then he's gonna try to like stop her, and then
Or
she's
she's
gonna
gonna
kill him.
beat the shit out of him with her fucking forge hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's I
I
don't
mean, time will tell. I
And
mean,
also,
we'll see
when
what
they were
happens.
on Mandalore, they found like surviving Mandalorians that have just kind of
Hmm.
been roaming the planet. I mean, it could
And
also
they
be
were
one of
like,
them.
and they're loyal to Bo-Katan, which is dope. They're
Yeah,
like, Bo-Katan, like, we've been waiting for like,
yeah.
we're loyal to you. Like, that was dope.
But they
Oh, it's
could,
such a good
but they could
episode.
also be spies.
They could be, yeah.
So I mean, we don't know yet. I don't think that it's them that are the spies.
No.
The armor and axe wolves both make the most sense
Yeah.
for different
She's been
reasons.
I mean, and if you backtrack, if you listen to our podcast, like you'll hear us talk about it a few weeks ago. I said it was weird when her interaction with Bo-Katan when she told Bo-Katan to take her helmet off after Bo-Katan told her that she saw the mythosaur. I thought immediately I was like, that bitch is fucking sideways. Something
Hmm.
weird's going on there.
Yeah.
We've thought that for a while. So you could be right, but I'm thinking it's her.
I think that I like the axe wolves theory, but I do lean more heavily into the armorer theory
Yeah.
because of the history of the Darksaber with Darth Maul, the horns on their Beskar helmets,
Hmm.
and all of that. So we'll see. There's 1 or 2 episodes left of this season, so we'll find out soon.
Yeah.
What's going on.
And then we'll have a guest on our show in the near future. After this season is over, it's my cousin Marty. He is a huge Star Wars fan, like read the books.
It'd
The
be really
movie,
fun to have him
I'm in
and
it.
and Steven on at the same time because
Oh, I was
Steven
gonna say
also has.
you and him. Like I was like, you guys would bounce off each other really well,
Yeah.
and then conversate really well. I would just take a back seat to you.
Yeah. Well,
I
see,
would just
I haven't read. I read like 1 or 2 of the books,
okay.
but I have a good friend Steven, who has read
Stephen.
with a PH, Fativan, who's read all the books too. So it'd be really interesting to get like, especially if they disagree on certain things. It'd
Oh,
be a really good debate. Um,
but
yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of it for Mandalorian. We skipped a lot because
Time.
time, and
It's
also
of
like
the
we
essence.
we want our listeners to watch these shows. We don't want to just like recap everything and be like,
Yeah,
oh, now you don't
exactly.
have to watch it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on to our next sponsor.
Yeah. Sponsor number two is Cry Baby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up and we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
We are going to talk about Titans. This is season 4. This is the second part, the first episode of the second part of season 4 of the unfortunately final season of Titans on HBO Max. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, check out and check back in. You got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got 5 seconds that
You
time.
tried.
Or a,
You
a count
tried.
of 5.
You're done. Uh, all right. Yeah. This episode was
Yeah, to put it nicely, I kind of forgot like how like magic focused this season has been.
mm,
Um,
it's all cultist, like
but it's also
mega.
like
I
the
mean, Trigon stuff.
but also it's the same like main villain from the first season, just not now it's a little bit more like magic focused and less demony.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this show so much, and I'm excited to see how they're going to wrap it up. But the first episode was quite underwhelming.
Yeah.
Gar is gone. We don't know where
Yeah.
he is.
We don't. I
Connor,
assume he said in the because I watched the recap
yeah, he's
and
in the red.
he says take me to the red or whatever, like as they all fuck off out of that place, and some of them went somewhere, and I assume went to that tree
Yeah,
that he's been envisioning. But yeah.
but
Speaking of wrapping it up, though, Tim Drake and
Bernard,
Bernard,
brown chicken, brown cow.
yeah, he broke a cage and he got this.
Yeah, they hook up after being like, "Oh, I don't know if we should just keep this professional." And then like
No.
5 minutes later, Tim Drake was like, "I don't want to be just friends," and he's like, "Good,
Yeah.
me neither." And then they bone. Uh,
Yeah.
Allegedly, we
Presumptually.
don't see it. But Tim does wake up naked in his bed, so and that's fine. What?
Did you even hear that?
I heard, and that was it.
Oh, I was going like bounce chicka chicka wow chicka chicka. I was trying to do it soft. It didn't.
Chicken,
Whatever.
wow, wow. uh, and then, I mean, Connor is like, I'm going to figure this out on my own. And then leaves.
Fucking twat. They took one of the best characters of the show and just turned him into a little fucking asshole.
Into Lex Luthor 2.0.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, it's super
Mom
not
must be home.
good.
You can't see it, but she is here. Hold on. Standing at the door.
Yeah, and man, I don't know. Like, they end up in some weird portal town. They go through like an invisible barrier.
So you haven't watched it yet, but that show that I was talking about called From, That's exactly what it is. And I was like, oh, this is just like From. Like it's
Uh,
the same thing. You go into that town and you can't leave.
can't leave. Yeah.
And I was like, son of a bitch, they totally stole this from.
Yeah, man. I I have to keep prefacing. I have hopes for the end of this season. When Cuz I thought that the season part 2 came back next week. So I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, sweet. It's coming. I'm so excited. It's going to be great." And then I found out that, it came out this past week and that there was 2 episodes. We're not going to talk about the second one right now.
I didn't watch it yet. Sorry, guys.
Totally fine. And so immediately in my head, I was like, "Oh, I have an episode title for it. Like, Titans are back, bitches." Like just like fucking Jason Todd
Yeah.
in the first season of the show,
Mm-hmm.
and
Now it
after
seems
watching,
inappropriate.
after watching this episode, I was like, "It does not convey the emotion that I want it to."
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited that the show's back, and I'm excited to see where it's going. It's just that it was only a mid-season break. Like, you don't have to start it off with a slow episode.
Yeah.
You're not starting a new story. You're
They
continuing what was
ended
happening.
it strong. They ended it pretty strong.
Yeah.
I would
And
say
then
the only really like annoying thing, like that actually. Ah, ba. Hi. We're not recording. Come here. How was pottery?
Good.
Yeah, we're totally recording. Love you.
She's so mad.
What really annoyed me about this episode was that in past seasons, we've watched Dick Grayson just take down like 10 people at the same time. And these fucking like middle-aged fucking cops, two of them, three of them,
Small town
because
cop.
it was two of them, because the other one didn't even do anything. Two
Yeah.
people fucking just whipped his ass, and they were
I
like
mean,
50 years old. I was
He
like,
was.
come on.
They were all drugged.
Yeah, I know, but
Still.
no, but it only worked on Trigon's daughter. She even says that. Your drug didn't work on my friends, did it?
It only works on people with alien blood. Is
Yeah.
what
So
it's supposed to be.
which is
So
why Coriander is like fucked up. Yeah. But it didn't work on Dick.
the next
Settle
episode.
your sex tape.
The next episode will explain it a little bit better.
Yeah. But it was just annoying to see him just get the shit kicked out of him by like two like regular guys, and I was like, come on, man. I've
Yeah.
seen you take it. In this show, we've watched you take out like highly trained like ninjas.
Literally
Like
ninjas.
yeah. And then you
This
just got beat
season.
up by two like
The first episode of this season, he takes on like 10 ninjas.
yeah, and you just got beat up by two fucking 60-year-old cops with tasers. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. That's just bad writing.
Yeah.
I love this show. I really do love the show. Not talking shit
I
about
think
it.
that both of us also have a negative taste in our mouth about this because this is where the show ends.
Yeah. Yeah, I do because like with Superman and Lois, which I enjoyed Superman and Lois. I think you did too.
Yeah.
So far.
I haven't started watching the latest
I have
season.
I haven't either. But with the new DC takeover with James Gunn, they're canceling everything that's currently running so that they can reboot and do their own shared universe.
So it's all yeah.
But they gave Superman and Lois a season or two. I think 1 or 2 seasons.
Well, the season 3 was about to come out, so then they get season 4 to wrap it up.
To wrap it up. Titans is not getting that.
Yeah.
They got their half season done, and then this other half of it is it. That's it. It's a wrap. So it's like kind of annoying. Like give them one more season to like try to put like a nice little bow at the end of it. You know what I mean?
Let
They're
Dick
just
go
like-
off to Bloodhaven, like
Yeah.
instead of back to Detroit. Like End it. End it in a
Let
respectful way.
let them end it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to is like you're just pulling the plug on it and it's like at least let them put a bow on it. Let
Yeah.
them do something that makes sense instead of like I assume we're gonna get some sort of cliffhanger that's just gonna go nowhere.
And then maybe like an extra long end credit scene of like,
Yeah.
oh, here we are.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
just it's just gonna be dumb. And for people who are fans like us of this show, because I really
Fucking love
honestly
this
love
show.
this show.
When the first
It's
half of
just
this season ended, I went back and watched everything up to it because I was
uh,
like, I want more.
yeah. And we're just never gonna get what we want out of this.
Yeah, it's going
And
to
and it
end and then it's
sucks
going
to
to end.
know that we're not gonna get. And like I'm still gonna finish it, but like I know, and that's what you're saying is that we have probably a bad taste. And I had the hiccups. Sorry, a bad taste in our mouth about it because we know that that is gonna be the end. Is that we're not gonna have an end,
Yeah,
and
and
we'll never see.
they could have done
Yeah.
so many different things. Yeah,
It's so frustrating.
very frustrating. I don't like it.
Frustrating. I don't like it. But at the end of it, tell us how the end. How did it end, Chad?
Well, Dick Grayson gets his ass handed to him by a couple of tasers and then is dragged out in front of the town that is sitting there waiting, and Mother Mayhem and Brother Blood are there.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to black.
I will say this. You know what's really cool about the show? Like out of everything, because like that guy, the guy who plays Brother Blood, and I'm
Hmm.
being super sarcastic about this right now, is that he was super nerdy before he went into the blood, and when he came out, his fucking glasses were gone.
Yeah.
My God.
And he had like muscle definition and
Yeah, he wasn't wearing baggy clothes anymore. Son of a bitch, he's sexy again.
yeah.
It's fucking stupid. God damn it.
It's an overdone trope
Yeah.
of villain transformation. Ugh.
Because I watched the recap before I watched the episode, and when he goes into the blood, he's wearing his glasses, and when he comes out,
He
his
was wearing his
glasses are not
glasses
on his
as he
head.
went into the Oh my god.
Yes, and his glasses are gone when he comes out, and I was like, holy shit! Look at the blood fixed his eyes and got rid of his baggy clothes. Oh my god, it's like she's all that all over again. Like,
Oh.
you're probably hot. Let me see if I can. I'll take your glasses off, put you in a dress, maybe a little makeup. Holy shit! You're
It's
a
the
10.
Princess Bride. Welcome, Genovia.
So fucking stupid.
Oh.
I love this show, but that was fucking stupid.
There's just a couple of tropes, and yeah, we're also just so biased. Like we've already established, we're just gonna pick at this harder because we know that this is how it's gonna end,
Yeah.
and we're
Fuck
not
you,
gonna
James
get
Gunn.
the conclusion that we actually deserve as fans. And yeah, fuck you, James Gunn. Your wife is hot.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Hardcourt.
Oh, yeah.
Hardcourt.
She's so
Hard.
good.
Hardcourt.
I'm hard in the court. Okay, well, let's go ahead and close out this episode, shall we, Jake?
But before we close out this episode, we want to talk about our honorable mentions. Chadley, what do you have?
Well,
Chadzilla.
ooh.
Oh.
So I finished watching The Long Way Round with Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman, about their documentary series of them riding their motorcycles from London to New York City by going east.
The long way around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Really awesome to watch. So then I started watching the part 2 installment, which is The Long Way Down, where they go from the northern tip of Scotland and they're going all the way down to Cape Town
The
in
Taint.
South Africa.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty much. So I started watching that. And then I also started watching Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, the animated series, because it's going to play a lot into the Ahsoka TV series. Heard it again?
You heard it?
Yeah.
What the
I don't know
hell?
what it is, and I don't know if it's going to be picked up in the
It,
recording or if it's
does it?
just our
It sounds
headphones.
like a cat like being yeeted. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was going to say like a very annoying mosquito just
Oh
just
yeah,
like flying
yeah,
from
that
one
too.
side to the other.
I'm just visually picturing me chucking the cat very far away, and it's just going like, meh. Yeah.
You would like that.
Anyways,
You sadistic
I
fuck. I'm just kidding. What? I'm not gonna let you answer. What are your honorable mentions for this week?
uh we are still watching Beef with Ali Wong and Steven Yeun. We have not finished it yet. We're close, but it's getting pretty intense. Like it's not just like a little argument anymore. It's getting pretty wild. Uh really good. Highly suggest watching it. Chad, fucking watch it, dude.
I will. I'm watching like
And
six things right now.
then we are continuing our Indiana Jones trend, making our way through those so that we will be ready to go for the new one that comes out in June. Last Crusade is what we
Nice.
watched. Yeah. Yeah.
That might be my favorite.
As of right now, the first movie and Last Crusade are my favorites.
Yeah.
Second one was kind of meh. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was kind of meh. Although I love Shia LaBeouf, and I do like that they brought back Miriam from the first movie as Shia's mom. Uh, what freaks me out a little bit about the new one coming out is that there's no mention of Shia whatsoever, which is apparently uh, Indiana Jones's son, and it's like, okay, so you introduce this huge character, and then even at the end of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, they kind of like nod to like maybe Shia's character is gonna like take over,
Mm-hmm.
and then now in this movie it's his like goddaughter, and
Yeah.
there's no mention of Shia's
I think
character
that's
whatsoever.
100% because a lot of people did not like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but
I
yeah,
have to go back and rewatch it because when I first watched it, I was like, this doesn't seem right. But then you and I talked about it, and I was like, you're right. There was a lot of like actual Indiana Jones moments throughout it, so I got to
yeah,
go back and give it another chance.
yeah. I really liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Every, I thought it was, I
Whoosh.
thought it was
Mm-hmm.
every bit of cheesy nostalgia that the originals are. And I thought it was kind of weird that people didn't like it because one of the biggest arguments I heard was there's a part where Indy like there's an explosion and
A nuclear bomb goes
he
off.
goes inside of a refrigerator and like survives it. And people are like, that's just not possible. And I'm like, oh, in the second movie, Indiana Jones, the girl, I forget her name, and oh my God, what's the kid's name?
Hot Squad?
What?
Isn't it like Hot Squad or Hot Pot or something like that?
No, not Hot Squat. Jesus. Hot Squat is what you do in the woods when you gotta take a shit. Um, anyways, you look it up, but
I am.
they jump out of a crashing
Wow,
airplane.
not even close. Short round.
Short round, thank you.
Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna mahalo myself later.
They jump out of a crashing plane in a inflatable fucking safety raft that's not inflated, pull the thing, and it inflates just in time as they hit a mountain and then slide down the mountain unharmed into a fucking river and then float down the river to safety. And I was like, if the refrigerator is what's bothering you, look, man,
Yeah,
there's
because the
dumb
bottom
shit
of
in all
those
these
inflatable
movies.
rafts are not padded. It's
No.
just tarp.
So it's like, all right, guys, come on. That the fun of it is that they're just ridiculous action movies, and that's what we love about it. And if you're gonna pick it apart, don't fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Or at least don't comment on it if you're going to.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do on this podcast nonstop. Uh,
Yeah.
Woo!
Clap, clap. Woo. But yeah, I'm excited. So we're working our way through that. Other than that, give us your money.
Yeah.
I want that money.
Like we mentioned earlier, if you want to support the show, you can always go to buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd, where you can give a monthly donation that really helps us out and allows us to do bigger and better things. You also get behind the scenes, unedited interviews, member exclusive merch, the whole nine. It's all there for you. If you don't want to do that, I mean, I think I've already said it once today, but lame. You can always go to allthingsnerdpodcast.com, where you can find our merch store instead of just doing like a one-time donation. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to give us your money, still lame. But you can just, like, share, comment, give us 5-star ratings on, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of that. It really does help at least
Help
get the
grow.
show
Help us
in front
grow,
of more
at least.
people that, are interested in these things. Oh, and that, I mean, we love you guys. Thank you. I mean, we would do this either way, but you listening makes it all the better. And this has been the All Things Nerd Podcast.